Hey, hi all. Good morning. So, welcome to the SQL training course. Uh, I'm your trainer, Mohammed Tanveer Khan. A quick introduction about myself. I have around 15 years of experience in the IT industry, working as a data analyst, and I have worked on a different data job roles as well. And I'm a trainer as well. So, I have taken training in MNCs like Infosys and other companies. So as a part of education research team of Infosys, and I was working for Infosys. So this was a quick introduction about myself. Currently, I am doing my MTech from IIT Patna, and that is in AI and ML. So this SQL course will start from scratch. No prerequisite is needed. Hope my voice is audible and screen is visible to everyone. Can anyone please confirm?
Yes.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
visible.
Okay, thank you. So the course will start from scratch. No prerequisite is needed. And these are the topics which will be covered. We will start from scratch. The basics of SQL, like how to create table, how to insert data, how to apply filter, how to fetch data, how to delete data, how to update data, how to use joins, CT, subquery, window function, recursive CT, all those things will be covered. So this is the syllabus which will be following in this course. And then you have a set of these conceptual questions which will be covered during this course. Apart from this, set of interview questions will also be shared. Okay. Class timing will be Monday to Friday, morning 7 to 9 a.m. IST. In between, we will take a break of 10 minutes. And the course duration will be around approx 1 month. Okay. This is a purely live and interactive session. You have full freedom to ask question at any point of time. Okay. So once the class is over, we will share the recording, and the recording access will be for the next 2 years once the course is completed. And then we'll be sharing with you set of assignment questions as well. So let me show you that. Yeah. So this is a set of assignment questions which will be shared topic wise. So in the assignment question, one copy like assignment aggregate, if I will show you this. So here you'll be having only questions. Okay. And we will be sharing one more copy where you'll be having questions as well as solution. Okay. Let me show you that. Assignments, yeah, solution aggregate. So here you can find question along with the solutions. So what we do is, first of all, we will share the assignment which has the questions only. Okay. And then if anyone is getting stuck somewhere, so we will share the solution as well. But our strong recommendation is, first of all, work on the questions. If you're stuck somewhere, then refer the solution. Still, if it is not clear, have full freedom to ask it during the class. Okay. So this is the format how we take classes. Now, do you have any question before I proceed further? I think I've covered the basics. Any question before we start?
No.
A humble request to make the session interactive. Ask questions. Don't hesitate in asking questions. Okay. The target audience for this will be, first of all, freshers or those who are studying in college or the college passers, because we're starting from scratch. Nothing, no prerequisite is needed. Okay. Just you should have one laptop, even with a simple configuration like 488 GB RAM is sufficient. Okay, that's all. Even the installation process is simple, which I will guide you. Okay. Target audience will be the freshers or the college passers. They can attend. Second, those who are preparing for data analysts. Okay. Then those who are preparing for data engineering role, SQL or ETL developer role. business analyst, and then ETL tester. I think I covered all the points. Yeah. So these are the target audience, those who are preparing for these job profiles. So SQL is a mandatory skill set for you. Okay. So these are the target audience for this course. Now, may I know your expectations? Why you want to join this course? Anyone?
Hi, my expectation is that I am currently working in Amazon
Mhm.
in some non-technical role. It's not. So I wanted to switch to the um, data analyst, yeah, same business analyst role. So that's why I joined.
Okay, yeah. So fine. I know many folks are there who are in the non-technical role, like in the talent acquisition team or the HR team or in the support team or in the sales team or in the marketing team, but they want to switch into the tech role. Yes, you can do that easily. But here, okay, yeah, and one more thing. Like I know many of you are preparing for data analyst job profile. So for data analyst, actually, the questions are asked from SQL, then Python, Power BI, and advanced Excel. Okay. More than 50% questions will be from SQL. SQL is very important. So those who are preparing for data analysts and have joined this course, actually this course is for data analysts only. Okay, so we start with SQL, then Python, then Power BI and advanced Excel. So the duration will be around 5 months. Okay. So those who are in the non-technical role, and I know many folks are there, those who wants to switch from non-tech to tech, and we have many examples. Our students has done it. So for that, these four modules we have to work. I just want to make it clear. You don't means you should not have this assumption or perception. We just only SQL can help you to crack data analyst job profile. These four modules, SQL, Python, Power BI, Advanced Excel is needed to crack data analyst and not theoretical knowledge. Practical knowledge you should have. That is why all our courses are purely practical. We don't have any PPT. Yeah, I will run through the PPT. Directly, we will pick the topic from the syllabus. This is the syllabus. I will pick a particular topic and directly we will start coding. Okay. So fine. That's fine. Thank you, Shesha. Second, any other question or expectation from this course?
Hi Tanviri, Yogesh this side.
Yeah, hi, Vish.
Uh, I hope you remember my case.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, I am looking for almost 11 years of experience, but
Mhm.
I'm into L1 support, L0 and L1 support, and I'm not that much familiar with all
Mhm.
the basic and advanced queries like join, cities,
Mhm.
looking for
Mhm.
job support and LinkedIn optimization from your side.
Mhm.
So hope I would be getting the required support.
Mhm.
Now I'm in office only, so it's a bit
Okay,
critical for me to
I understand. Yeah, Mhm.
So
I can
hope
understand. Mhm.
my all my questions you might be guessing. So hope all.
I can understand. Yeah.
So I'll
No
be
issues,
having
Yogesh. So
after.
you are one of my previous batch students. So you know like how we support our students, right? So
Yes.
don't worry, our full support will be there. So in resume building, or if you want to attend mock interviews, so all those things will provide you. Okay, don't worry about it. Just let me know. Okay. And those who are preparing for data analyst profile, so for you, like the course duration will be 5 months. After SQL, we will add you in Python. I am the trainer for SQL and Python, and we have another trainer for Power BI and Advanced Excel. So those who are preparing for data analyst, once like SQL and Python is completed, then we will work on your resume. Because actually, those who are in the non-technical role, suppose someone like as Yogesh mentioned, he has approx 10 to 11 years of experience in the support role. Now, if he will switch into data analyst, so the interviewers will consider him as a fresher. So that is what we will tell you. Okay, don't don't tell in the interview that you have worked in the support or any other role. You have to tell that you have worked as a data analyst only. But for that, the examples or the real-time applications or the questions which you'll be solving during the class, you have to clearly understand it. Okay, it's not like you will tell someone, okay, I'm working as a data analyst, they will trust you. You have to prove it with your answers, what you will answer in the interview, right? So that is why we strongly recommend just attending the classes 7 to 9 will not be that much fruitful until and unless you're not working on the assignments. We share close to 300 to 350 assignment questions. Okay, so we strongly recommend it. But you have to work on the assignments. Maybe if you're super busy, take 2 questions on a daily basis. But working on assignment is very important. And if you're getting stuck at any point of time, you have full freedom to ask questions, even if the course is over. I know a few of the participants are from a previous batch, so they know all those things, right? So if you're getting stuck at any point of time, you can ask questions, feel free to interact. Okay. So fine then, Yogesh, I totally understand, but you have to keep in touch with me. Okay. And we'll provide all our support for you. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Any other question or any other expectation from this course? So one thing is complex SQL query, Yogesh told. Come on, yaar, come on, make the session interactive. Ask Mr. What are your expectation? Why you're joining this course? You must be having some planning. No, Tanvir, okay, I'm working, but I fail to write complex queries. I'm in a non-technical role. I want to switch into the technical role. Okay, or else Tanvir suggests which job profile I should go for, right? Out of these job profiles like data analysts, data engineers, how much time it will take. Okay, so or if you have any other question, any particular topic, so you can ask.
So Python, I mean, we can go parallelly with Python as well, right?
Once SQL is completed, Yogesh, then we will add those who are in the data analyst course, we'll add them into Python. Python is a weekend batch, which will start from 21st June. Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 11 a.m. IST.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Any other question, anyone? Okay, fine then. Let's start. But if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. Okay, and this is how we take classes. I'm showing you from the previous batches 34. So date-wise date, like what all I am covering, like 4th May, whatever I covered. Okay. So and during the class, you don't have to make a note of anything. All the codes which I'll be writing during the class will be shared with you. So please don't make a note of anything. Just listen to my lecture. Okay. And each and everything, like suppose if I'm executing a query, let's say this query, if I'm executing, I'm getting this output. So how this query is getting executed at the backend by the SQL engine, that is the main stuff which will be teaching you in this course. Okay, and that is the main thing you have to understand. It's not like, okay, I have executed this query, you got this output, that's all. No, you have to understand how the engine, SQL engine executes query at the backend, because this will help you to write complex queries. I know many folks have this concern. Tanvir, I know SQL, I can write simple queries, but when I have to write complex queries, I fail there. It is because you don't know how the SQL engine internally executes a query step by step. Okay, so that is what you have to understand. So like this date by date, I'm showing you for the previous S34 batch. It's a weekend batch. So for that, I'm showing you like how we execute the query and we show the execution part. Similarly, we'll do it for your batch as well. Okay. So let's start. Today is the demo class. And in between, if you have any questions, feel free and ask. Make the session interactive, okay? Never hesitate in asking questions. Fine. So SQL stands for a structured query language. Why it is known as structured? Because it works on the structured data only. The unstructured and semi-structured data are like your videos, images, any link, JSON file format. These are known as unstructured data. SQL works on the structured data. What are the structured data? We'll study in detail at a later point of time. Can anyone tell me why SQL is like a bread and butter these days in the IT industry? It is very important to check any job profile. Everyone is looking for SQL. Why? What is the reason? Why it is that much important these days in the IT industry? Any idea?
To collect data like visualization of data, pivot tables, all to
Correct.
show it as a very less
Right. Okay. Agree.
information
Agree.
information of
Collecting data and presenting on reports. Okay. I agree. Thanks, Vedanya. Anyone else?
Every moment a huge amount of data is being generated
Hmm.
and has been stored and that has to be analyzed and more uh, fruitful presentation and outcomes has to be derived from the data based on
Correct.
which we will be preparing for the next upcoming
Hmm.
product or features of the product.
Mhm.
So that is why and the data is actually getting stored in SQL relational data. So
Hmm.
that's
Okay.
SQL is important.
Correct. Correct. Thanks, Yogesh. Anyone else? Why SQL? Why it is that much important in the IT industry? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Like, I will give you one example. Suppose, we have courses like SQL, Python, Power BI, Advanced Excel, and then we have for the students of class 6 to 12, a lot of trainers are there. So suppose if I, as a founder, if I have to understand how much revenue, okay, and how much is the gross profit or the net profit I'm getting from each and every batch, how much salary I'm paying to the trainers, how much we're paying in form of taxes, license fees, and all those things. So for that, I have to understand my business data now, right? Okay, how many students has joined a batch, how much fees they have paid, right? And then we have to find, okay, in the previous batch, what was the total revenue? Current batch, what is the total revenue? Whether the revenue has increased, whether the number of students has increased or decreased, right? Then after that, we also try to understand, okay, the students who has joined our course, how many of them are from India? And in India, from which states? What is the total experience, right? What is the highest qualification? So this all helps us to understand the data. Okay, what are the sectors from which most of the students are joining? How they hear about us? See, if I have to gather all this information or the business insights, from where I can get this? From the data only, no? Right? Or let's say, take an example of any e-commerce application like Amazon or Flipkart. If the stakeholders, if they want to understand how the business is performing, so how they will get that information from the data only, right? So that is why for each and every business, it's very important for them, whether it's an e-commerce application, a social media application like YouTube, Instagram, or any other application or e-commerce application like Amazon, Flipkart, or any other. So the important task for them is to store the data, to process the data, to analyze the data, to prepare reports on data, right? Then only they can understand how the business is performing, right? Like I have given the example of my academy. If I have to understand how my academy is performing, whether the revenue or the profit is increasing month over month, quarter over quarter, or it is decreasing, or whatever is happening. So until and unless I don't have access to the data, I cannot create those business insights. Or take the example of ChatGPT. Okay, we all know like ChatGPT, like means we all are using it, right? And it is really helpful. You ask any question literally and it has answer and in a crisp way and in a brief way, or maybe it can explain that to you, right? How ChatGPT is able to answer your questions? How? Like at the back end, it has been trained on millions and billions of data, right? You all know that. Or if you want to prepare any report, how you can prepare based on the data. You might have seen CEO of a particular company during the town hall, they're sharing uh, the business growth, that how many employees are there, how many female employees, how many male employees. Then, uh, like based on their age, based on the designation, how many repeat customers they have, how many new customers they onboarded, quarter over quarter growth, right? So how they are, sorry, how they're deriving these insights? How? Based on the data only, no? Right? Okay, tell me, if I will check your YouTube, means in your mobile, if I will open YouTube, if I will open YouTube in my mobile, you will see that the video suggestion will be different, right? If someone is interested in the political videos, the YouTube will suggest political videos only, correct? Someone is interested in like cricket, they will suggest recommend cricket videos only. How it is working? At the back end, the YouTube algorithm is analyzing your data, correct? And based on that, it is recommending or suggesting videos. So each and every business, it has become very important and crucial task to store their business data, to transform the business data, to prepare reports on top of it, or maybe then applying AI or the machine learning models to it. Without data, how a smart machine learning model you write, it will fail, it will not work. Or your AI algorithm will fail, it will not work. That is why data is very important. And SQL is the language which can help you to store data, to transform data, to process data, to prepare reports on those data. So that is why you go for literally any job profile, they will ask that you should have a strong expertise on SQL. Okay. So that's the reason. Sorry. That's the reason SQL is very important these days in the IT industry. Is this clear so far? I think you got a fair idea why for each and every job profile they're looking for SQL. Is that clear? Any question? Oh yeah, you guys are not asking questions. Okay, fine then. Let me proceed further. Now, for analyzing any data, what is the step one? You have to store it, right? Until and unless you have not stored data, how you can transform it, how you can process it, how you can prepare reports. Is that possible? Not possible. So step one is storing the data. Now to store the data, you need some containers, right? You need some buckets, you need some boxes, correct? If you want to store something, you need some containers or box, no? Then only you can store, no? Right? Similarly, to store the data, we need table. I'm going from very scratch. I'm assuming you guys don't know anything about SQL. So maybe those who know the basics of SQL, you might be thinking, oh, it means you might know this. So at a certain point of time, you might feel, oh, it's a little bit boring. But what I can do, I have to take care of everyone. So that's why I'm starting from very scratch. So table is an object where you can store data. Is that clear? Okay. Now, let's say I will take example of employee of a particular company. Okay. So let's say I have an employee table and you have full freedom to create a table of any name. It means your table name can be anything: employee, customer, orders, or transaction, anything. So you can create a table with any name. So let's say I'm creating the table here with the name employee. Okay. Now we'll be having employee ID, like in each and every company, each and every employee, they have an employee ID. Similarly, like how during college days, we have a roll number, right? So similarly, in employee, we have an employee ID. Then we have an employee name. And then we have employee name. And then we have, let's say, gender and location. Okay. So employee ID, let's say 1. Employee name is, let's say, Preeti. Gender is female. Location, suppose I'm taking as Delhi. Employee ID 2, say Yogesh. Gender is female. Location is, let's say, Mumbai. So this is how we store data. So this employee ID, employee name, gender, and location, these are known as columns. Okay. These are known as columns. They're also known as fields. They're also known as attributes. So you can call them as columns, or you can call them as fields. You can also call them as attributes. They all are the same. Is this clear? Now, there is no restriction on the number of columns in a table. Right now in this table employee, how many columns we have? 4 columns, right?
Or
4. But there is no restriction on the number of columns in a table. You can create a table with 4 columns, with 6 columns, with 50 columns, with 100 columns, or with 1 column as well. It is totally allowed. Okay. Now, suppose if you want to add any other column, let's say salary, you can add that as well. Okay. Now, let me insert one more record, 3, and suppose this is Raj, male, Chennai, and this is 700. Let me mute everyone. I'm getting some background noise. Okay, now these are known as rows. So this is 1 row, first row, this is second row, and this is third row. So these are known as rows. They're also known as records. You can also tell, okay, this is 1 record, this is another record, this is the third record. So in this employee table, how many records we have? We have 3 records.
3.
Again, there is no restriction on the number of records in a table. If you want to understand this example from e-commerce perspective, then there will be, let's say, an orders table. Whenever you place an order from Amazon, Flipkart, or any other e-commerce, you might have seen there is an orders section, right? When you will click on the orders section, what you will see? You will see one information like order ID, correct? Then the product which you have ordered. And then, okay, let me give this customer name, and the product which you have ordered, then the quantity, price, mode of payment, all this information you can see, right? So similarly, you can create an orders table. Let's say order ID is 101. Customer name is, let's say, Harshal. Let's say product is laptop. Quantity is 1. Price is suppose 60,000. Mode of payment is, let's say, card. So you can create an orders table, and this will be having 6 columns. And you can keep on adding records to it. So the summary is table is an object where you can store data. Okay. And these are known as columns, or also known as fields, also known as attributes, also known as headers. Okay, in different projects, they call them with different names. And these are known as rows or records. I have only 3 rows. If I want to add one more row, I can add it. Like suppose I have Naresh, male. Suppose he is from Pune, 800. So just I have given some numbers. But I'm doing all those things right now on an Excel sheet, right? But Excel has certain limitations. Can you store 100 million records in an Excel sheet? Not possible, right? So because of certain reasons, you cannot use Excel for storing data or processing data. So for that purpose, we need database. Any questions so far, whatever I covered? All good?
Yes, all good.
Okay. Now we have different databases like Oracle, then we have Microsoft. I think you all have must heard about all these things. Microsoft SQL Server, in short form, it is also known as SSMS. Excuse me. Then we have Netezza. Then you have Teradata, Postgres. We have Snowflake. These are the different databases. Now, the SQL query, which I will teach you, you can write that query in Oracle database. You can also write it on Microsoft SQL Server, or you can write on Netezza. You can write on Teradata. These are all the different databases. Please don't get confused here, because during this course, I'll be teaching you mostly on Microsoft SQL Server, and then we'll be having Oracle, which I will show you. And then, of course, few examples of Snowflake as well. Okay. So, yeah, this is from the Snowflake. So, few examples I will show you here as well. But mostly we will be preferring Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. But maybe like in your project, they will be using Postgres. So please don't get confused here. Tanvi, you are teaching on Microsoft SQL Server. In my company, I'm using Postgres. They all are one and the same. If you know SQL language, you can write your queries on any of this database. So that is why I'm repeating, I'm alarming. Okay, please don't get confused here. These are all like just different vendors. Suppose if you know how to write a car, you can write a car of any company, right? Correct? You can write a car of Maruti, Tata, Toyota, any company, if you know how to write a car. Similarly, if you know how to write a SQL query, you can write on any platform. Now the question is how to install it, right? Now, I know few of you will be working on your official laptop, and in the official laptop, generally your IT team will not allow you to download anything or to install anything, correct? So in those scenarios, we strongly recommend you to practice on this platform, Oracle Live SQL. This is browser based. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to install anything. Even if you're working on your official laptop, it will work. Okay. Then click on this link. Okay. And then click on the start coding. And please don't do this right now. We'll share the recording after the class. You can go through it. And if you're stuck, suppose if you're getting stuck at any point of time, please take the screenshot and post it in the group. Our team will help you. It's very simple. When you click on the create account, because I already have the account, so directly it has shown me this page. But the first time when you will click on the create account, no, it will ask your basic details like your name, company name, and all those things. So company names and all those things you can write anything, but you have to provide your correct email ID. You know, like steps, right? They will send a notification on your email. You have to approve it. Then you have to set a password. That's all. Then you can sign in and then you can start working here. Okay. So even like I will recommend everyone, at least for the first week, practice your SQL queries on this platform. Okay. If you want to install Microsoft SQL Server, then we have the installation video. We will share that with you. But this installation will be a little bit tricky. It will take some time. So that is why I'm strongly recommending, okay, for the first week or second week, don't distract yourself with installing all these things. If you want to install your wish, you can install it. Because sometimes what happens if the installation fails, then it becomes a little bit complicated. Okay. If you want to install Oracle, we have the recording of Oracle as well, but the installation process of Oracle is very critical. If you will miss any step, the installation will fail. After that, you cannot uninstall it. Okay, that will be very tedious task. That is why please work on this Oracle Live SQL. It's very simple. Okay. Any questions so far? No.
What about Snowflake? I mean, you told that it is a
Snowflake, you just have to search for Snowflake in Google. They will ask you to create a temporary account. It's also browser based. You don't have to install anything in Snowflake. We should
yeah,
have.
that's what I wanted to ask.
So it is browser based. You don't have to install or download anything. Just type the Snowflake. They will ask you to create an account, give your email ID, an account will be created, but they give free trial only for 1 month. Okay, that is the problem with them. Maybe once that is over, then maybe you have to log in with some other email ID, and that is a hectic task. I can understand. That is why we recommend everyone to practice on Oracle Live SQL.
but the queries will be the same, right?
I've told this earlier. Yes, you can execute the same query anywhere, any platform. Whether you want to execute on SQL Server, Oracle, Snowflake, Postgres, it will work. Approx like around 1% syntax difference will be there. Like we have a command known as except in SQL Server. The same is known as minus in Oracle, but the functionality is same, syntax is same, application is same, just the naming is different. So like this, I think we have 4 or 5 keywords only. Okay, we will share that with you. But in interview, the interviewer will never ask you to write this query on this platform, on Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server. No, they actually want to check how smart you are in building logics. Okay, that matters. Okay. Especially nowadays, the interviewers are least bothered about the syntax because they know, yeah, if you start working in the project, you have access to Google, you have access to ChatGPT. If you're stuck somewhere, you can check the syntax. But the logic building is the important thing, which can't be cultivated in a 1 or 2 day. It takes time. And in this course, that is what you have to understand how to build the logics. Okay. And currently, the entire IT industry, if you will ask me, any project, it is based on mathematics and logics. What is a machine learning? Purely mathematics and statistics. Yeah. Find any other question? Okay. So now I will show you how to create this table in a database. Okay. And we'll take the example of Microsoft SQL Server, but I'm repeating whatever I will code here, same thing you can code on any database. Okay. So whenever you have to create a table, okay, why we need tables? To store
To
data,
store the data.
right? Before you want to prepare reports or you want to do analysis, what is the top priority? You should know how to store data, no? And to store data, we need tables. Like suppose if you're getting transferred from Delhi to Mumbai, what will be your top priority? To search for a house, right? That should be the top priority. Similarly, the top priority here is, Yogesh, can you go on mute, please? The top priority here is to store data. And to store data, we need tables. First of all, we will see how to create a table. You have to write create. Now, one good thing I like in SQL is SQL will never bother you with the cases. With the cases, I mean, I can write the same create in uppercase or lowercase. Uppercase means capital letter, lowercase means small letter. So in the programming world, capital letter is known as uppercase, small letter is known as lowercase. Okay. So like any other programming language like Python, C, or Java, Unix, they are case sensitive. SQL is not case sensitive with the keywords. I mean, this create I can write like this, or I can write like this. Both are accepted in SQL. Or I can write like this as well. Or I can write like this as well. This is also allowed. Okay. So you have this freedom in SQL. You write these keywords. In any case, it will never bother you. It will never throw error message. But the same thing if you're doing in Python. Like in Python, we have a print command. You have to write this in lowercase only. If you write like this, Python will not work. It will throw error message. So that's the good thing in SQL. So you will see sometime I'll be writing in uppercase and sometime I'll be writing in lowercase. So please don't get confused with those. Hope it is clear so far with everyone. Okay. Now, so the moment I will write, and I prefer writing in lowercase. Okay. The moment I will write create, the SQL engine will understand that Tanvir wants to create something, right? Then I have to tell to the SQL engine what I want to create. So I want to create a table here, right? So I have to tell this to the SQL engine. I want to create a table. Then the engine will ask, okay, fine, you want to create a table, but what should be the name of the table, right? So you want to create a table with the name employee. Okay. So the moment I will write this, the SQL engine will understand, yo, Tanvir wants to create a table with the name employee. I repeat, the table name can be anything. You can create a table with the name employee, with the name order, with the name customer, with the name purchase, with the name transaction, anything. You have full freedom. There are certain rules which you will see down the line. But as far as name is concerned, you have full freedom. Even you can create a table with your name as well. That is allowed. Okay. Now, creating a table is very similar to constructing a house. If you want to design or construct a house, you have to tell to the architecture, no, how many bedroom you want, how many balcony you want, how many like dining hall you want, right? Correct. Similarly, when you are creating a table, you have to tell this to the SQL engine in this table how many columns you want. Is this clear? So we have these columns, right? So I have to mention here, okay, I want these columns. And do remember, these columns has to be separated by comma. Any questions so far? All clear? Okay. After that, like
Hello.
suppose, yeah,
Hello.
yes, please tell
So
me. Yes,
yes,
Satyajit.
anytime we create a table with any of the names, a comma is mandatory.
Correct. The column names which you're providing here, they have to be separated by comma. It is mandatory. If you will not give comma, it will throw error message. I will show you that example.
It
Okay.
is similarly like Excel. Whenever we need to create a
Correct.
table in Excel, then we need to give the header's name. If
Correct. Correct.
we don't give header's name, we cannot segregate the data properly. We can manage the data properly.
Correct.
It is similar.
Correct. Similar to that. Many things you will see in SQL which is similar, I mean in Excel you can find those functionalities. In Python you can find those functionalities because SQL, Excel, Python, if you will see, at the end of the day, they all are dealing with the data only, no? What you're doing in Excel, you're storing data, right? You're deriving some insights and all those things. That is why you will see many functionalities will be common. Like I will teach you pivot in SQL. We have the same pivot in Excel as well, no? Correct? You can sort the data in SQL. You can sort the data in Excel as well. You can sort the data in Python as well, right? So many functionalities you will see it will be common. And please don't get confused with the colors, Kitamir, why this is in blue color, this is in black color. Ignore it. There's no reason, there's no logic for it. Okay. Okay, tell me one thing. Am I going little, I mean, slow or fast, or is it okay?
Okay. Okay. It is perfect.
Now, when you design a house, so you will tell to your architect, yeah, I want these number of bedrooms or balcony, dining space, and all those things. But after that, you have to tell them the configurations as well. No? If someone is asking question, please go ahead. Bolaita is written here. You're asking some question here, raise your hand. You can unmute, you're on mute. Maybe it's by mistake, I think. Okay, no problem. If you want to ask, you can unmute and ask. Okay. Now, when you design a house, so then you have to tell the number of bedrooms and all those things. And then at the same time, you have to tell the configuration, right? Similarly, here for each and every column, you have to tell the configuration as well. Now, here the configuration means the nature of data, the type of data which you want to store in these columns. It's very similar. Suppose if you are organizing a party, so it's not like you will arrange like non-veg for everyone. There are many folks who don't prefer non-veg, who prefer veg only, and the other way around as well, right? So you have to understand the taste of your guest, and accordingly you have to do the arrangements, right? Similarly, here you have to understand the test of your columns. When I mean test, it means I'm telling the employee ID column what type of data it is holding. Employee name, what type of data it is holding. Gender, what type of data it is holding. That you have to tell to the SQL engine. Employee ID, it is holding numbers, right? So you have to tell here to the SQL engine, it is holding numbers. For that, we write INT. INT means integer. So from this, the SQL engine will understand, oh, the employee ID. In shortcut, I have written EMP ID, or you can also write employee ID full. So the engine will understand, oh, this employee ID will store only numbers or integers, and it is mandatory. You have to tell this to the SQL engine. Is this point clear? Okay. Similarly, employee name, what it is holding? English alphabets, right? Correct now? It is holding that English alphabets. So whenever a column is storing the alphabets, when I'm telling alphabets, it can be English alphabets, anything. It can be name, it can be place, it can be hobby, it can be aim, it can be designation, it can be anything. And these are known as strings in the programming world, not only in SQL. In the entire programming world, these are known as strings. So when you want to store a string, you have to write here varchar 50. Varchar means variable character. We will study in detail what is the meaning of variable character. Okay. And you have to write 50 here. When I have written 50, it means I'm telling to the SQL engine that this column can store maximum 50 characters, not more than that. Okay. If you think I have to store address, full address, which can be 100 characters, then you write here 100. So then it can store maximum 100 characters, not more than that. But in this course, we'll prefer 50 only, which is sufficient for us. You can keep 10 as well, your wish, but it will store only 10 characters. I will show you all these examples, okay? So we'll keep 50. Now, I have a question for you. For gender, what should be the, and these are known as data types. Actually, we have many data types like integer, float, date, timestamp, varchar, char. All these are very common data types, which we'll study one by one. As of now, only these two you have to understand, int and varchar. If you want to store numbers or integers, you have to write int. If you want to store alphabets or words, you have to write varchar 50. Now tell me in gender, what should be the data type?
Varchar.
Correct. Varchar 50. Okay. Now, if you see the gender column here, what I'm storing? FMM. This is just one character, no? Right? So if it is just one character, then why should we give 50? Let's keep it only one. 50 is not required. Okay. What about location? What should be the data type of location?
Where
Come
it
on,
should be
guys.
20.
Varchar 50. You can give anything, 20, 30, 50, your wish. Okay.
So
Salary.
so anything which is written in alphabet, that will be a worker. Anything which is written
Correct.
in numeric form, that is a integer.
Correct. Very good summary. You're right, Satyajit.
Mohammed, I have a question. What if we
Yeah,
have an address column and we have a
Hmm.
pin code there? So there will
Yeah,
be
varchar. So
varchar
your
and int.
Right. So your question is, okay, if I have alphanumeric, correct? No,
Yes. Yeah.
like our PAN card number, our passport
Like
number, they are
we have a
alphanumeric, right?
address and we have a pin code too.
Correct. Varchar.
Where can? Why
When you
don't we
want
have a
to,
int in it?
int will not accept it. I will show all those examples. Just give me 2 minutes. I will show you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But the answer is varchar.
So, sir,
Okay.
it means any uh, word that anything that is starting with alphabet. For example, address start with a
Varchar.
alphabet form. That's why bear
Hmm.
gap, because numeric form will be in the end. So anything that
No,
start with
no, no, no.
numeric form, that
That I'm not commenting. That I'm not commenting now. I just told if you
okay,
want to store numbers, it should be
right.
integer. If you want to store alphabets or alphanumeric, you have to use varchar. That's all I told so far. Like I think Akansha asked, okay, Tanvir, I want to store address which has alphabets and pin code as well. Pin code is number. Then what to do, Tanvir? In that case, you have to use varchar. Varchar has the capability to store alphanumerics as well. I will show all those examples one by one. Is this clear so far?
Yes,
Clear.
Mohammed.
No. Okay. Good. Now, salary. What should be the data type?
Integer.
Integer.
Integer. I hope so far it is clear to everyone. So I have designed this. Now at the end, you have to put semicolon. Okay, it is mandatory. Then select it. Now click on the execute button. You could see execute button here, right? Okay. It is throwing some error message, no? The engine is telling there is already an object named employee in the database. Actually, there is already a table, the same name employee, which exists in the database. As per the rules of database or SQL, you cannot create two tables with the same name. It is not allowed. Is this point clear? I already have a table with the name employee. Again, I'm trying to create. That is why it is not accepting. If you want to check, I can show you that. See, check at the left side. This, I know the font is very small, but can you see here employee table name? Can you see here?
Yes. Yes.
So this table employee is already present in the database. That is why SQL engine is not accepting. SQL engine is telling me that Tanvir, sorry, we cannot create this table employee again because already a table with the same name is present. Now what should I do? Tell me.
So we need to rename that table name as employee one. We cannot create a duplicate table. Employee one can
Okay.
be
But
used.
we have to employee
Hmm.
2 can be used. Employee 1 already is in the
Correct. Employee
database.
one is also there. Okay. So net summary is you guys are suggesting me that Tanvir change the name of this
Sorry,
table,
can
right?
we give it another name? Is it possible to
Correct.
give it another name instead of employee?
Correct. Correct. So you're also telling, Bolaita is also telling that Tanvir give it some other name. It means you're telling that Tanvir change the name of this table, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let me give the name as employee underscore details. I change the name. Got
Yes.
it? Okay. Now I will try to execute it. Let's check what is the behavior this time. When you're getting this message, commands completed successfully, it means it is executed perfectly. There is no error. Is this clear? So what
Hmm.
we studied so far, a table is an object where you can store data. Then how to create table? You have to write create table, then the table name, and then all the column names along with the data type. If you want to store numbers in a column, you have to write the data type as int. Int means integer. If you want to store alphabets, you have to write varchar. Okay, this is what we discussed so far. And if you're trying to create a table which already exists, the SQL engine will not allow, and as a result, it will throw error message. Then to fix it, we have to rename that table and then we can create it. This is what we discussed so far. Is this clear? Do you have any questions so far?
Clear, clear.
Yeah.
Only few participants are speaking. What about others?
Well, I'm good. My
Okay.
question would be, sorry to
Yeah.
take you back, please.
Hmm.
Where
Yes,
did we
please.
get, okay, the screen, where did we get this screen from?
Which screen? This one.
Yes.
I will just explain that. Just give me some time. After this, I will
Okay.
show you the appearance of it. Okay, it's very
Oh,
simple. I will show you all those things. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
But good question. I appreciate. Never hesitate in asking question. Don't think my question is silly or whatever it may be. Never hesitate. Yeah, Sonam, you want to ask something? You have raised hand.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, my
No
question
problem.
is that why we are
Yes.
not giving a certain value to the integer data type? Like we have given 50 to varchar,
Hmm.
and why we are not giving
Good
that in
question.
data type?
In integer, it is not required. By the way, very good question. In integer, it is not required. It it has a certain length till where it can accept the value. Then we have another data type when you want to store very big numbers. We have big A. We will discuss it at a later point of time. But to quickly answer your question, to store small numbers, we use int, and we don't have to give any size for it. But for varchar, we have to give the size. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. Now you have to listen very carefully, everyone. Okay. Now, you guys suggested make it a very employee table you're trying to create, but the table already exists. So let's say change the name of it. So I have renamed it and successfully we are able to create it. Okay. I know a lot of questions will be popping up in your mind. We will answer one by one. Now, after this, sometime what happens in project now, your client will tell you, it can really no, I want the table with the same name only. Understood the requirement? What client is telling? No, I want with the same name only. I don't want to change the name. It happens for some time when we go for shopping. We will tell to the salesman, okay, I want this particular color only and of this brand only. Sometimes it happens, right? The salesman will tell, oh, sir, we have some other brand which is of better quality. We'll tell, no, I want that only. Similarly, suppose the client is telling, Tanvir, I want employee table only. I don't want to change the name. Are you understanding the scenario, guys? What is the question here? Are you understanding?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. So same
Client,
name.
Yes.
client, client is not ready to rename it. Client is adamant here. He is telling, no, 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 no. I want employee table only. Right? We thought, okay, we will rename it, and we check it was working perfectly. But the client is telling, no, I want this employee table only. Then what to do? See, the solution one was fine. You have renamed it. I appreciate it has worked. Let me show that. 1 minute. This was also fine. Very good suggestion. But the client is telling, yeah, I want the same employee only. In that case, what you have to do, the previously created employee table, you have to delete. And it is not a very simple task. You can delete it because maybe this table is having some confidential data or the business transactions. So you cannot delete it directly. All the deletion is very simple. Just you have to write this. But for that, you have to take the permission of the owner of this table who has created this table, because in a project, multiple resources or employees, they work, right? So you have to take the permission from them. Okay, I want to delete this table. Will you allow me? If they will allow, then you can delete it. But if they will not allow, you cannot delete it. And it means you cannot create a new table with the same name. Then it is not allowed. Then you have to tell to your client, sorry, we cannot create a table with the same name because the owner of this table, which is already created, they're not allowing to delete. Is this clear?
So, sir,
Okay.
one question
Yes.
from one question is just popping in my mind, that if the client is adamant that I need the table with the same name, and in my checklist in the SQL server, I already had a database with employee. So
Table with
table
employee. Yeah.
employee, and I do not get the permission from the owner, approval from the owner to delete the database. Can't we replace the old table
No,
to keep the data
you can't
safe?
do it. No, 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 no.
Okay.
See, the previous table which has been created, you could see here a lot of tables, right?
Right.
If you are working in a project, you don't have the permission to even modify a single data of a table. Changing or deleting the table is a very different thing. That is at a very high level. You have to take a lot of permissions. And if someone
Okay.
is not allowing, you even cannot touch that table.
Okay.
And whatever queries you are executing, no, everything is getting logged at the backend. And the DB, the database admin, can check who has executed which query. Is that clear?
So it is in the audit firm. So whatever action
Correct,
I will
correct,
take on the server, it is in the backend, it is audited step by step.
correct. Yeah. So if the owner of the previous table, if they're not allowing, you can't do anything, then simply you have to write an email. Sorry, we cannot create a new table with the same name because already the table exists. Then there are some other solutions as well, which we will discuss at a later point of time. But as of now, just keep it simple. But now suppose if the owner of the previously created table, they told you, okay, fine, you can delete it. We don't have any concern. Then you have to execute this command, drop table employee. But I will not explain you as of now what is this drop. If you see the syllabus, see, we have a separate topic where we will study in detail what is drop, what is delete, what is truncate. So when I will come to this, then I will explain you in detail that how this drop works. But as of now, just understand, if you want to delete a table, you can execute this command. Now see, I'm executing it. So now the previously created table with the name employee, that has been deleted. Is that clear? Now, if I will run this create table employee, now check the output. Now is this completed successfully? So now you have created the table with the name employee. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So net, you have two solutions. Solution one, rename the table. solution 2, delete the previously created table. But for that, you have to take the permission from the owner of the table. If they will allow, then you can delete. If they will not allow, you cannot delete. Then you have to go for option 1 only. I hope it is clear so far to everyone.
So, sir, one more question. If I see there is a more than 500 table already created,
Hmm.
so I need to take approval for employee table which
Hmm.
is created by ABC. I do
Hmm.
not. How I will get the name who has created the table?
That information you can get from DB database admin.
Okay.
Okay.
After that, we will take the permission from the owner once
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get the confirmation.
Correct, correct, correct. You are right. Okay, so now we have created the table. Now you can ask a proof, right? Tell me what is the proof table has been created. The one technique is, let me refresh it here. One technique is you can uh, drill down here. You could see like, so you have the table name employee and check the columns. You have employee ID, you have employee name, you have gender, you have location, you have salary. This is one technique. The another technique is what you can do. You can execute a command sp_help and then the table name. So when you will execute this command sp_help employee, it means you are telling to the SQL engine to please show me the structure of this employee table. If this table has been created with these columns, it will show you the structure of it. See, I'm executing it. Now, don't get confused with a lot of data here. Please don't get confused. Just check this information. Do we have employee ID, employee name, gender, location, salary? You have created this table with these 5 columns, no? Are you getting these 5 columns here? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yes. Check the type. Type means data type. Employee ID was integer.
Mm,
It is also
Are the data
perfect.
types same? Right?
Yes,
So it
yes.
means it is the proof the table has been created in the database. Okay. Now we have Satyajit, can you go on mute, please? Getting some background here. Thank you. Now you have created the table. What next? We have to now store the data. You constructed house. Then obviously after that you will go and stay there, right? So we have created the table. Now the next thing is to store data. Now how to store data? For that you have to write insert into employee. From this, the SQL engine will understand your user wants to insert or save or store some data into the employee table. Then you have to write the values. It means what all values, what all data you want to insert. So if you check this Excel sheet, we have mentioned here 1 Preeti F Delhi 500. This is the first record. Now, the very important point here. First column was EMP ID, that is employee ID. So first you have to give employee ID. Employee ID, let's say for Preeti it is 1. I have written 1. Now, what is the next column? Employee name. So the values which you have to insert, it must be strictly as per the sequence of the columns. First employee ID, then employee name, Preeti. Now, please don't ask any question. I know you'll be having question. Just give me a few minutes. When I will ask you, then you can ask question. Now hold on, please. Now gender is female. I will write F here. Location Delhi. I'll write Delhi here. Salary 500. I will write 500. And then give semicolon. So what I told here, you have to insert the values, but the values has to be strictly as per the sequence. You cannot disturb the sequence. Like you cannot tell, no, Tanvir, I will write location here and I will write name here. No, it is not allowed. You have to strictly follow the sequence of the columns. Okay. Now, second point. All the columns which has varchar, the data which you're storing, that must be in inverted quotes. You see, I've used inverted quotes here. It must be in inverted quotes. If you will not give inverted quotes, it will throw error message. Now select it and click on the execute. One row affected. It means one row or one record has been inserted in this employee table. Now, you must be thinking, okay, Tanvir, what is the proof? Right? What is the proof that this record has been inserted? So, if I will show you the data, then you will agree, yes, the data has been inserted, right? So for that purpose, I have to write select. Select means to display. The moment I will write select, the SQL engine will understand, yo, Tanvir is asking me to display something. So you have to mention the name of the columns, employee ID, employee name, gender, location, salary. Then you have to write from. It means from which table you want this, because in a database you can have thousands of tables. So you have to clearly mention from which table you want. So I'm writing from employee. So from this query, the SQL engine will understand, oh, Tanvir wants me to display employee ID, employee name, gender, location, salary from the employee table. Now, when I will execute it, are you getting this data? Got it? Now, you can ask question, but no new scenarios. I know we'll be having question, Tanvir, if I will do this, what will happen? If I want this, what will happen? All those things will be answered. So far, whatever I covered from this, if you have any question, then you can ask, but no new scenarios I'm addressing now. Yeah, please go ahead. If you have any question from whatever I covered so far from this. All cleared, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir, for insert, that is insert, it means we need to save the data, and select means we need to show the data what is saved, right?
Right. Right.
When we use the insert command in SQL, we need to mention all the column name. So if we have n number of column name, we need to
New
mention all.
scenarios you're asking. New scenarios you're asking. That will break the flow actually. Okay.
Okay.
I will make sure all your questions will be answered by the end of the class.
Okay. So insert means save and select means display.
Display, right. Okay. Any other question? Whatever I covered so far, is that clear? Okay, chalo, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's proceed further. Now, suppose now I want to insert a new record. And one good thing in SQL is you can execute any query anywhere. Okay. It's not like, I want to insert a new record, so I have to write it after this select. No. Even if I want to keep it before select, it will work. So now I want to insert another record. The another record was to Yogesh, this one. So I will write here to, and the name is Yogesh. Gender is male. Location is Mumbai. salary is 600. Okay, fine. Now suppose here intentionally I will remove the inverted quotes from Yogesh. Okay. Right now I taught you, okay, a columns which has where char inverted quotes is mandatory, right? We have discussed it, right? I told you. Now, suppose here intentionally from this Yogesh, I'm removing the inverted quotes. Now, check the behavior of SQL engine. I'm executing it. It is throwing error message. Okay. Got it? So this has proved no
Yes.
inverted quotes is mandatory, right? Okay. Fine. So whenever you want to insert data in a varchar column, inverted quotes is mandatory. Okay. Now see, I'm executing it. Now one row affected. It means this record has been inserted in the table. Now again, if you want to check, no, Tanvir, show me this data. What is the proof? So again, I will execute the same query. Check the output. Now you got the new data to Yogesh M Mumbai 600. Now question. Do you have any question?
Yeah, I just want to
Yes.
ask. Oh, okay. When you put the information, you are able to separate it with the icon, comma. Why do we have the names highlighted in black and red and they are in inverted comma, open and closed?
I have already mentioned there is no logic for the color coding.
Okay, thank you.
It can be anything. Same code if you will execute on Oracle, you may observe that the color coding will be different. Same thing if you will execute on a Snowflake, the color coding will be different. So there is no logic for it. You can ignore it. Okay.
Okay.
And the comma which I have given here is this is the syntax. This is the rule when you are inserting data. But in the output, it will not be separated by comma. It will be in columnar format.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Clear? Okay. Any other question? Okay. Now, same thing. Now I will show you on Oracle. Now say this is the Oracle platform. Same thing. When you will create account, no, you will get this page. Nothing you have to do, just sign in with your email ID and password. You will get this page. You have to write your queries here. If you're getting a struck, please take the screenshot, post it in the group. We will help you. Now here the execute button is this one. You could see run. This is the execute button here. If you will check on the Snowflake, let me show you there. This is the Snowflake. So here the execute button is this one. So appearance can change. So don't get distracted because of that. The appearance can change. Like how in the different cars, the dashboard, appearance, and all those things can change, right? But the functionality is same, no? Accelerator, brake, and clutch, right? So I'm clicking on this run button. Now see what it is telling. It is telling name is already used by an existing object. It is also throwing the same error message because I already have a table with the name employee. You could see it is already present. So what I have to do, either I rename it or delete it. See exactly same command I'm executing or not, tell me.
Yes.
Now the previous table is dropped. Now same thing I will execute now. Now see the table is created. Table is created. Now the same insert statement. See, I will copy from here. This I'm showing just to gain your confidence. Okay, yes, Tanvir is right. Okay, we can execute the query on any database. You see, same script I'm executing. See, One row inserted. Now the message can be different. There they have written one row affected. It is showing one row inserted. Okay. If you want to check the data, just I will copy and I will paste it. Now see, I'm executing it. I'm getting the data. So that is why we strongly recommend everyone practice on Oracle Live SQL. It's very simple. You don't have to bother about installation and all those things, because generally what happens now, we have seen this when the batch will start. Okay, many of you are very new or from the non-technical background. You will start installing this Microsoft SQL Server. Now, suppose bad luck at any point of time the installation fails, then you will get frustrated and you will think, yo, SQL is tough. And that is why we recommend you practice on the simple on Oracle Live SQL. Once you get some good expertise, then yeah, you go ahead and install Microsoft SQL Server, or there is a separate Oracle SQL developer. Then you have a Snowflake, whatever you want, you can do. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
Any questions so far?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, I executed this query and we got this output. Let me insert one more record. One more thing. Then we have another record is 3 Minhaj and this as well. I'm inserting this data as well. Chennai 700. Now you can also copy to insert a statement at a time and you execute it. It is also allowed. Now 2 rows are inserted. If you want to check the data now, say this is the output. I hope so far everything is clear. Okay. Now, suppose your client is telling, listen very carefully, okay? Your client is telling, can we just show me employee name and location? I don't want to see employee ID. I'm not interested in employee ID. I'm not interested in gender. I'm not interested in salary. Just show me employee name and location. Got it? So what you have to do, you have to keep only these 2 columns in the select. So from this, the SQL engine will understand, yo, Tanvir is asking me to display only employee name and location values from the employee table. Now check the output. You're getting only employee name and location now. It means you have freedom to customize it. Whatever columns you want, you just keep those columns in select. It will display only those columns. So that is why it is known as select is your playground. You can do here whatever you want. Now, suppose the client is telling to show me only employee name and salary. So remove the location. Write salary here. So now it will show you only employee name and it will show you only employee name and salary. You can also change the sequence in the display. In the display, changing the sequence it is allowed. Like suppose client is telling to show me salary first and then employee name. So it is also allowed. Check it. We're getting salary first and then employee name. It's also allowed. So select is purely your playground. You can do here whatever you want. You want to display all the columns, keep all the columns inside. You want to display only 2 columns or only 1 column or only 3 columns, so whatever column in whatever sequence you want, You keep it in the select, it will display that figure. Hope it is clear. Okay. Now, let's say I have an employee table or any other table and it has 50 columns. And the client is asking data for all the 50 columns. Then it is bit hectic task to write each and every column name here, right? So in those scenarios, we have a shortcut. What you can do, you remove all these columns and write a star here. The star means all the columns. This is a shortcut. The moment you will write a star, the SQL engine will understand you. Tanvir is telling to display all the columns. Now check the output. Are you getting all the columns? So this is the shortcut. Instead of writing each and every column manually, just you can write a star. So these are the different flavors of select which we use in a project. So far we have studied how to create a table, how to insert data, how to display data. Hope it is clear so far to everyone. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How is the pace? Am I too slow or fast, or is it okay?
Good, sir. Perfect.
Okay. Anyone else? Is it fine for everyone? Okay. Now, suppose my client is telling me, then we'll show me only those records where the gender is male. This is a very common scenario. Suppose if you have to buy an AC, what you will do? You will log into your Amazon account, you will click on the AC, and then you will apply filters, no? You want to buy 1.5 ton or you want to buy 2 ton. What is the star rating you want? Which company you want? You want a split AC or window AC? You will apply those filters? Yes or no? Similarly, when you want to buy a mobile, there as well you do the same thing, right? The size of a
Yes.
RAM, the screen size, and then a camera pixels and all those things. You apply filter. If you not apply filter, you will get a lot of products and we get confused, right? We have the similar filter in SQL as well. As for example, suppose the client is telling, can we show me only the male employees? So it means we have to apply filter, right? So whenever you want to apply filter in SQL, you have to write where. Where is known as filter. Okay. To quickly summarize, insert is to save data. Create is to create a table. Select is to display data. Where is filter? Now, on which column I have to apply filter? Can you tell me?
Where?
Where
Gender.
to filter, but on which column? Gender column, right?
Gender. Right.
So I have to write where gender, but which gender my client is asking? Male. So I have to write M here and in inverted quotes. I'm clicking on, I'm executing it, check the output. Is this the correct output? Do you agree with this? Are we getting only male employees? Yes. So that is fine. I executed this query. I got the output. But the question is the most important question. Okay, fine. Then you executed this query, you got the output, but how? at the backend engine is executing this query, and that is what we have to learn in this course. It's not like I executed this query, you got the output, that is done. No. The main thing in any language is how the internal engine is working. So when I execute a query, this is known as query. When I execute a query, actually at the backend, a lot of thing happens. As for example, suppose the same query I'm executing now. And intentionally, you see, I'm removing P from select, right? Now I'm executing it. I'm just throwing error message. Because this select is not correct, right? So whenever you're executing your query, the engine is checking the syntax of the query. Syntax is correct or not. If the syntax is not correct, it will throw error. You could see it is throwing an incorrect syntax. Or let me show you one more thing. Same query. You have to listen very carefully, guys. Same query. Now see what I have done now. 1 minute. Now what will happen? Any idea? Any guess?
So the question is totally changed. Previously, it was asking from the employee table, we need to find the gender and its table name. Now, from gender, we need to go
No,
to the
not from gender. It is from employee only. It is
yes.
from employee only.
I guess it's both the same.
Everything is same. I just changed the sequence. You will get the same output or different output.
Same
This one and
We
this
get
one.
the same output.
We should get same output, right?
Same output.
Okay. See, I'm executing it. You're getting error message, right? So the sequence of writing the queries, that also matters here. If you compare this query and this query, it is exactly same, but here the from employee I have written before where, but here I have written from employee after where. So it is not allowed. As a result, this query is throwing error message, whereas this query is fetching me the output. So that is what I'm trying to highlight. When you execute a query, the SQL engine checks, are you following the syntax, the rules, the protocols of the SQL or not? If you're not following, it will throw error message. So at the backend, engine will first of all check the syntax, the rules, regulations we are following or not. Is that clear? Okay. Now, second point. In this query, suppose I will write GN. Now, what will be the output? Any idea?
Error.
We don't have a column with GN, right? We don't have this column. So it will throw error message. Now, this is not syntax error because syntax is correct. First we have select, then we have from, then we have here. Syntax is correct. This is known as semantics error because the column is not present in the table. So the summary is when you execute a query in fraction of second, you're getting the output, but a lot of things are happening at the backend by the SQL engine. The SQL is checking the protocols, the syntax you are following or not, the table which you have mentioned is there or not, the column which you have mentioned is there or not. And then if everything is perfect, then it will start executing your query. Is that clear? Okay. Now, you executed this query, syntax is correct, semantics is correct, it means table name is there, column name is there. After that, what happens? Now that you have to understand. And this is known as order of execution. The way how SQL executes your query and the way how you write query, they both are different. In this query, you started with select, then you have written from, then you have written where, But when the engine will execute your query, first of all, it will execute the from keyword. So in this query, it will check where is the from. Oh, this is the from, which means the engine will understand the user wants data from the employee table. Then engine will start searching employee table in the database, and then it will take a copy of the employee table in the temporary memory. So this is the task of from. That is why first of all, from keyword is executed by the SQL engine. Is this clear? Now, after from, you have join and on you have, but we don't have join in this query. So let's ignore it. Then we have where, then where will be executed. Now, what is the task of where? To apply filter. The moment engine will see where, engine will understand, oh, Tanvir wants to apply filter. But on which column? But on which column? Gender column. So engine will understand, oh, Tanvir wants to apply filter on this gender column. So it will highlight it. Oh, here we have to apply filter on this data. Next, which data you want to apply filter? I want to filter M. So then here, the engine will start searching M in this column one by one. Now, is this M? No. So this will be rejected. Next record. Is this M? We're searching M. This is M. Yes, it is same. So this will be selected. Now, one important point. You're searching for M. Engine will find M here, but engine will not stop here. It will keep on searching the entire set of records. Even if you have 100 million records, it will keep on searching all the 100 million records for the M. So it will go to the next record. Is this M? Yes, selected. Next record. Is this M? Yes, selected. Is this clear? Is it making sense, guys?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Then select will come into picture. Now, what is the task of select? To display. Then the select will come at the last. Now, it is very interesting. You might be thinking, Tanvir, you have written select first, but engine will treat this select after first from, then where, then select will come into picture. This is how your SQL engine executes the query. Now, don't get confused. Then why I'm writing select first? Because this is how you have to write. This is for the user perspective, and this flow is from the engine perspective. Got it? Now, what's the task of select? To display. So after select, what you've written here is star. It means you want to display star. The star means what? All the columns. So it will copy all the columns along with the selected reports. That is why when you're executing this query, you're getting this output. You can check, are you getting the same output? So this is how your SQL engine executes query. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes.
Got it? Any question?
No.
Okay.
No.
Similarly, you can apply filter on any column. Suppose the client is telling, yeah, I want to see only daily data. So what you can do in this query. Now where you will apply filter on which column?
Location.
Which column? Location. Equals to daily. Sorry.
So,
You're getting daily data, right? Got it? Someone was asking question.
sir, this is just like some logical function that what need to be selected from the entire data. So if I
Right,
want the
right,
location in Excel, we used to use if error, if sum if. Similarly, like we need to give the command. The logic should
right,
be
right.
there.
Correct. We have to give logics. Yes. So now if I want to apply filter on location column, you write location, then the value what you want to filter, you can write it here. So similarly, you can apply filter on any column. Okay. Now, in this employee table, now let me insert one more record. Suppose ID 5, and we have Rohan. Rohan is also from Delhi. So now you could see here, select staff from employee. Now I have this data. I inserted one more record, Rohan. Okay. Now suppose the client is asking same question. It can be show me the records who are from Delhi. So this is the query, right? I'm executing this query. Now, is this the correct output? Oh, sorry. Oh, scenario for me, no? Okay, no, leave that scenario now. That could be a problem. That we'll discuss at a later point of time. That scenario. Okay, so applying filter is clear. Okay. Now, similarly, if you want to apply filter on salary, you can apply filter. Select star from employee, the salary. Let's say you want to write greater than or equals to, suppose I'm writing equals to 500. So I will get only 500 data. You can also use greater than, less than, or any other value. I'm getting all the greater than 500. So the summary is when you want to apply filter, you have to use where, and in any column you can apply filter. Is this clear so far? Any questions so far? No questions? Okay. Now, suppose the client is asking to show me the records where the gender is male, but they must be from Pune only. Is that question clear? Now the client is having two conditions. What is the condition one? Gender must be male.
Mail
Condition two,
from location.
location must be Pune. Now client has these two conditions. So it means now I have to apply filter on both this, satisfying both these conditions. Got it? So I can write gender equals to male, and then this second condition, location equals to Pune. Now, so we have to satisfy both the conditions. They both are mandatory, right? So they both are mandatory. So whenever you have to satisfy two conditions and they both are mandatory, it means both you have to satisfy. Then you have to write here and. This and means you're telling to the SQL engine that this condition has to be satisfied and this condition also has to be satisfied. Now, can you tell me which employee has the gender male M and the location Pune? Naresh, right? So I'm executing it. Check the output. Are you getting Naresh in the output? Got it? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So Now I'm executing it. So this is the output. But how this query is getting executed, now let's try to understand. So which keyword will be executed first here? Check this, which keyword? From. First of all, from will be executed. It will take a copy from the employee table. So this is your employee table. And then we'll search the database. It will take a copy of the employee table. After from which keyword? Where? So now where will be executed? What is the task of where? To apply filter.
Filter, yeah.
Which column you want to apply filter? Gender equals to M, right? So from this engine, we'll understand, oh, I have to apply filter on this gender column. And what you are searching? M. So engine will start searching M in this gender column. Is this M? No, rejected. So these all are M, they will be selected. But is this the only filter condition in the query? No.
There is one more condition, that is the Pune. So
There is
after
one more
choose,
condition. There is one more condition, right? Correct?
Location.
So now listen carefully. Now, gender equals to male is one condition, location equals to Pune is another condition, but what is the relation between them? And they have and relation. It means you have to satisfy both the conditions, then you will get output. Got it? So now the engine will start applying filter on which column? Come on, guys, tell me.
location.
Location column. Now in location column, we have to apply filter. But what value you want to filter here? Pune? Okay. Now I have a question for you. It will search Pune from the first record itself. Now see, based on the condition one gender equals to male, M, this record is rejected, this record is selected, right? Now, when the engine will apply filter on location equals to Pune, so it will search the Pune only on this rejected record or on this selected records or on the entire record. What is your thought?
Selected
Selected
record,
one.
because first M was applied in the condition.
Okay. Okay, does it make sense of searching here Pune? Suppose even if it is Pune, suppose this is Pune, even then if it is selected, but the male is, gender is not male, no, right? So that is why the record which is already rejected in the first round, we don't have to search there. The second condition location equals to Pune, we have to search from those records which has cleared the first condition. So which records has cleared the first condition? These records has cleared the condition 1. So that is why the second condition location equals to Pune will be tested only on those records which has cleared the condition 1. It means Pune, you have to search only on these records. So now this is not Pune, this will be rejected. This is Chennai, we are searching Pune, so this will also be rejected. We're searching Pune, this is Pune, so this is selected. We're searching Pune, but this is Delhi, this will be rejected. So finally, which record we have selected? Satisfying both the condition 1 and 2. Finally, satisfying both the conditions, we have this record. So this record will be finally selected. Okay. Then select will come into picture. Select means what? To display. A star means what? All the columns. So to display all the columns, right? So what we can do here, Angel will just select all the columns. And finally, it will display the selected record only. Okay. I hope you all have understood. So it was just the basics like how to create a table, how to insert data, how to display data, how to apply filter, on multiple columns. So it was just the demo class. So now we have class tomorrow. It is like Monday to Friday, morning 7 to 9. So do you have any question, anyone? I will stop here and the recording will be shared in another 30 minutes. Hold on, Satyajit, 1 minute. Let me complete, sir. Hold on. So recording will be shared in another 30 minutes. Classroom notes, whatever I have done in Excel sheet or here, everything will be shared after the class. Those who have already enrolled for the course, you all have been added in the group. And those who wants to enroll, they can connect on my personal window on WhatsApp. Let me share my mobile number as well. Those who are listening me on YouTube. So this is my contact number. You can connect with us on this number as well. Okay. Now, if you have any question, you can ask. Can you please share the euros? Yes, everything will be shared, Manjunath. And if anyone is getting stuck at any point of time, please post it in the group. We'll answer. Any question? I hope it is clear to everyone. You understood the basics.
Okay.
You got a fair idea.
I
Yeah.
asked, sir, I asked, and he said you will get back to me. How
Which
did we
question?
get here? The screen on the
Okay. Okay, let me show you that. First of all, let me take a copy of it. 1 minute. Let me show you that. Let me keep it here. See, what you have to do, let me first close this. Okay, I will close it. I will start from scratch. Okay.
Thank you.
See, I close this. You just have to type SQL. Before that, you have to install it. The installation video I will share with you. You can follow that and you can install it. And then you have to just write SQL Server or server only. Okay, they will get this icon. Click on open. Okay, and then you will get this window. Okay, it is just starting. Okay, then click on the connect. All these things it will take from your machine. Click on the connect button. It's very simple. Then here you could see new query.
Okay.
Yeah. Click on this.
Okay.
You will get this page. And you can start writing queries, whatever you have. Then this is the execute button. That's all. Very simple.
Okay, so do we write the query from here or we write it from in Excel?
No. You just directly write queries here, whatever you want. You can create your table or whatever you want to directly write here. Why I'm showing you from Excel? Because first of all, in Excel, I've shown you why we need SQL, how to create tables and all those things. That is why I've taken example. Directly, you can write queries here and you can execute them. You can see the output.
I understand all this. Okay.
Great.
And I'll watch the video again.
Yeah, we will share the recording in another 30 minutes. Today's recording will be on YouTube. It will be free for everyone. But from tomorrow onwards, only those who are in the target group, it means those who have paid the fees and they have been added in the target group, we'll share the link with them.
I think I said, I think I said I can get an installment payment and I'll start paying on Friday. I get paid
That's fine. I have discussed with you. Yeah, that is fine. You again ping me on WhatsApp once. But I remember we had a discussion with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. You can ping me. We'll discuss.
Okay, I will. Okay, I will. Thank you very
Any
much.
other? No problem. Any other question, anyone?
Can you go to the first page where all the SQL server name is written, Netija, then
This one. Yes.
Yes,
I will share this in the group. These are some of the common one. We have others as few others apart from this. Any other question, anyone? Okay, fine then. We'll connect tomorrow. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.